Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
how are you guys doing?
Doing well.
One of my favorite stops in the great county of Jackson.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
You're one of our favorite guests.
That's true.
Well, I don't know
true.
who pays who for the compliment.
No money
Checks in the
exchange
mail.
here. Nope, this isn't a political campaign, I'll tell you that.
There's politics going on right now. I didn't know that. Yeah, so how you guys been doing?
Really good.
I love this show. You all are so informative. You give great information. You sneak in some of your insights and your thoughts about things. You're just a dynamic duo. I appreciate you having me.
Well, thanks.
Thank you very much, Shamar. We appreciate that.
I'd like to see all the great things that you guys are doing at Michigan Work Southeast.
Yep.
And this is a busy month, particularly for, high school seniors.
Yeah, man.
College applications, you're filling
Yep.
those out.
FAFSA, if you haven't filled out your FAFSA and you need to, please go do so.
Oh, yeah.
That's an important element for some families.
Yeah, and there's folks that will help you out with that too,
Yep.
and help your family, so take advantage
absolutely.
of that. So you have a couple college and career fairs coming up, one in
We sure
Jackson
do.
and Hillsdale. Let's
Yep.
talk about those.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's start here in Jackson. The high school is having an event right there on their beautiful campus at the field house. And this is an opportunity for our high schoolers to learn about not only their opportunities to move on post-secondarily, but to also consider careers. We know not everyone is headed off to college. So what does that mean? And as a workforce agency, we take pride in providing information not only to our young people, but to our families as well. So you come on over, you learn about what jobs and careers are available, but also what are some of your college options. So we try and make sure that pendulum is swinging in both directions.
And not everyone knows what they want to do. We had a guest, Emily Moorhead, who's the CEO at Henry Ford.
Yep.
She switched majors 5 times in college.
Absolutely.
You know, it happens. So, but it
I
gives you
switched
an idea.
3.
Did you?
Yep. And you know what? They're saying the average, let's say Gen Zer, is going to have at least 17 to 20 career opportunities before they land where they need to be.
Wow.
I've counted them up. I'm at 20. So I've sold shoes. I've been one of the telemarketers that people hang up on. I was my first position was washing cars. The guy said, "You're tall enough to get on top of these vans without a ladder. I'll give you $1 a car."
Yeah.
That was 1990, man. So, you do end up having to test the waters and figure out where you're going to land.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure when you were in college too, summer jobs. You know,
Yeah,
you're
man.
doing a variety of things.
I picked up cigarette butts.
Really?
Believe it or not. I went to the owner of the hotel. I said, "This is not what you told me I was going to do. You got to find something else for me to do. This isn't it." But, it just goes to show, one, you have to be nimble and humble, but 2, it's character building, right? And in order for you to be a leader at someday, if that's what you're choosing to do, you got to have some experiences to help fuel and guide you.
Who's the target for these career fairs? Is it majority high school seniors, or can other folks?
Yep, so it's open to anyone that is high school age,
Okay.
And that would be appropriate. But I encourage families to come on over. So moms and dads, if you have the time, please consider joining your young person so that you can have comprehensive conversations about career choices, about college choices, what makes the most sense for the family. So have that discussion as a family opposed to individually.
So they're both the same day. One's in the morning and one's in the, Monday the 21st is the Hillsdale County one.
Yep.
At the college.
Yep, at the college. And so those are more for our college age individuals. The one in Jackson is for our high schoolers. The Hillsdale College piece, we're looking to help our college age students.
Great.
So those who are trying to understand what's next after college. Now, this is where we get the opportunity to make sure that our college students take whatever they've learned while they're on campus and then move it into their career choices. And so this is where maybe job 2 or 3 kicks in and it's starting to be in the quote unquote real world, right? So many of our individuals, young and old, say, hey man, I got a real job now, right? How do I fill out these forms for health care? And what is a 401k? My daughter asked me that the other day. So I won't get into my philosophies on financing, but it's an opportunity for our college students to learn from local and national employers what's happening and what career options are available.
In November, it's National Apprenticeship Week, and you have a lunch opportunity for folks.
Yep, so that'll be in our Washtenaw Center.
Okay.
So Michigan Works Southeast. We serve 5 counties.
Yes.
Those are Hillsdale, Jackson, Lenawee, Livingston, and Washtenaw. So I get some good mileage on my Silverado. But this is an opportunity to learn about apprenticeships, right? We're going to provide some food, and we're going to start to talk about what an apprenticeship is. Not everybody understands it. It's not as complicated as some have maybe thought it is. It's just an opportunity to earn and learn. It's a training opportunity. It's where an employer can take on a person, whether currently employed or bring in a new hire, and pay them to become a subject matter expert. And so we have apprenticeships from wine making over to honey making and everything in between. And now that we're an intermediary, we can help serve as the intermediary between an employer and a Department of Labor. And so we really help to cut down on some of that paperwork that we know the government loves to lob out there.
Shamar, in your 5 counties, are there any industries where you're seeing significant growth? And then maybe are there any industries that have slowed down on the hiring?
Just in general or around apprenticeships?
Just in general.
Just in general. What we're seeing is a huge push around electrification. So you got to think about, okay, we need a charging station. There's individuals who need to prepare the infrastructure to go in all the way over to the folks who are making sure that the charging stations are maintained, on over to those electrical engineers doing the work to make sure the grid is flowing appropriately. So electrification, and we've got some opportunities to help people get trained up in those areas. So power up your future. I wish I had we have a beautiful logo for that. Next time I'm gonna make sure we talk all about Power Up Your Future, which is an opportunity to learn about 10 different occupations within the electrification world.
Interesting.
And so that's one area. We are starting to see an uptick in some layoffs, and that's across multiple industries. So I wouldn't point out one, but we are seeing an uptick in layoffs. But we also know, as we talk about pendulums on the other side of the spectrum, let's say, there are some hires picking up across the board. But we know our nurses and our truck drivers are going to stay around. So those are areas. I've encouraged my daughter, and she's taking me up on it. So she's finishing up her nursing degree, and I say you can go anywhere in the world.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
anywhere in the world and get a position, right? These bodies may look a little different, but pretty much the insides all run the same.
Of course, you'd like her close to home, I'm sure.
Of course, absolutely. But I also like that birdie to fly, right? Go see the world. So it's her opportunity to do as she pleases. But yes, more mom for sure than dad, because I'm getting a little bit of tennis elbow.
Oh yeah, I hear you. The ATM machine.
Yeah, man. Every once in a while, dad's got to call.
What's the going rate on the weekend now? When I was a kid, you remember? I think mom gave me, and it was like maybe a 20.
$20. Yeah, $20 helped me out. That ain't the rate.
Not anymore.
No. Well, just think about it, man. We used to look for what movies we were going to go see in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Right, and the max was maybe $4.50, $5-6. I don't even know what movies cost. My wife does it all online, and we just walk in. We got to pick our seats.
Yeah, it's probably $19 a person or something like that. I don't know.
Well, these seats are getting extravagant, man. When you sit down now, if you've been to the movies now, they recline, and you can order food on your app. But all of that to say, it's more than $20 on the weekend.
Absolutely.
But she's a self-sustained young lady doing great working as well. I'm the gap filler, right? I'm the one when things aren't she can't make those ends meet. Holler at the big fella.
I love it. Just like any good father.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Always
Shamar.
my pleasure. Anybody wants to learn more about Michigan Works Southeast, they can go to www.mwse.org, and we've got all our information right there.
Wonderful. Shamar Herron, Executive Director of Michigan Works Southeast. Stay with us. More of the show coming up next.